Hello, this is Devin from allabout.education.com, and in this video we will be discussing the product rule. The product rule tells us the correct way to take the derivative of a product of functions. So let's suppose we want to take the derivative of the following. We have x squared times the sine of x. Now we know how to take the derivative of x squared by itself and of sine of x by itself, but there's nothing that we've learned so far that tells us how to take the derivative of the product. So that's where the product rule comes in. It is basically built just for this type of situation. So what exactly does it say? It tells us that if we want to take the derivative of a product of functions, f of x times g of x, and maybe here I should bring back the example, right? So we have a product of two functions. We have x squared times sine of x, or in the general case, f of x times g of x. So this here would be f of x, and this would be g of x. So the product rule tells us that if we want to take the derivative of the product, well, this is what we get. We leave the second function alone, and we multiply it by the derivative, f prime, of the first function, and then we do basically the reciprocal thing. We add, another term where we leave the first function alone and take the derivative of the second function, f of x times g prime of x. So maybe this is a little confusing just looking at it abstractly, but I think if we just do an example, it'll become pretty clear. So let's do it here. So in this case, our f of x is equal to x squared, and our g of x is equal to the sine of x. No, I'm sorry. There we go, sine of x. All right, so let's calculate this derivative. Well, f prime, that's something we can calculate pretty easily. X squared, derivative is 2x. And g we just leave alone, so that's 2x sine of x. And then we need to add a term where we leave f alone, so that's x squared, times g prime. Now the derivative of sine is just cosine, so that's cosine of x. And that's it. Not too hard. Well, that's basically all there is to say about the product rule. Of course, the best way to learn is by doing examples, and fortunately I have a lot of other examples available on YouTube, so just click the appropriate links and I'm sure you will be an expert in no time. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments section, and I will try to answer them as quickly as possible. And as always, I appreciate your subscriptions on YouTube, and please check me out at allabouteducation.com. Thanks.